Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast, a podcast dedicated to Manchester United Football Club. I do apologize for the delay in this episode. I did just come back from vacation on the weekend. Unfortunately, my body was still stuck on vacation, and it was hard for me to get back into the swing of things. I did start preparing today's episode this morning. My apologies. And well, let's just say, excuse me for once. Okay, now I'm back. So I did start trying to prepare my recording for today, and I started recording for an episode. And some of you do know that I do use a website to record some of my episodes. So I started preparing. I was recording it. I think I was about 25 minutes in. I go to check to see the status of the recording as I'm doing it, as I'm always doing, because I was catching up on some transfer news, reading some articles. I was giving some good opinions from what I thought was going to be good. It was a good episode going forward. I then noticed that there was a connection issue with my internet. I don't know how long I had lost the connection, but at least probably 15 minutes. So I recorded a whole episode that just will never exist that I did today. So I do apologize for the late episode. And you know what? It's basically, might as well just live the way it is. A late Tuesday night, getting an episode out. I hope everyone enjoyed their weekend. Depending where you were, you may have had a long weekend. So I hope you enjoyed that. But yes, now getting back into the swing of things, like Manchester United returning to Carrington on Monday. But before we continue forward, don't forget to subscribe, whether it's on Apple Podcast, YouTube, or Spotify. Follow us on Instagram, X, and as well as TikTok. I know I've been slacking on TikTok as well. So there's those options to follow on social media. I have been slacking on social media. I do apologize. I should be really getting back to posting, especially when new episodes are coming out. I know I'm sporadic when it comes to that, so I do apologize. But let's continue on what there is much to talk about. No matches yet. July 19th is the first match against Leeds in Sweden when the tour begins. But we're basically in the same spot as we have been since, well, I last did my episode. Embuemo deal has not continued. We're still working on it. They rejected the bid. Man United have thrown in a third bid. They're working on finances. We have 5 players that were expected to be, or that wanted to be sold by our manager by yesterday. It is now 11:25 at night on July the 8th in Canada. So depending on where you are, it's probably the 9th. So those 5 players are still there. And have we gotten movement on those 5 players? No. Unfortunately not. The closest ones that have been going are looking at is Antony and Sancho. Sancho is more there than anyone else, especially with Juventus looking to do a player swap as well as potentially taking him on as well. I know the transfer fee was there. It's just the salary, and there's talk that Sancho is willing to reduce. So that's putting a hinder on it. Now, a positive, Manchester United are making some monies on transfers with Alanga being sold to Newcastle. They're expected to make around $5 million. So that extra $5 million, depending on how it's being paid to United, might be over the length of the contract, might be in one payment. Could be used towards to help a specific transfer, like let's say a certain player from Brentford. So we're stuck there as well. Listen, again, I can do 7 episodes this week, and it'll be the same thing. We're still in the same rut. But yes, we have players being linked, which has been the same story again and again. And it's tough, right? And the striker situation, which has come into fruition. Yes, Man United are having striker issues, which were there. The one thing I was mentioning on my recording from this morning, which it was never there, um, I did say that I think Joshua Xerxes will be our number 9 starting against Arsenal. That's how I see it. He looks like he's been in shape and training. Same with DeLitt. Same with Casemiro. But yes, the striker situation is here as well. I know there's been some news of we have Jamie Vardy, Moise Keane has been in the news. So we're seeing that there. So just taking a look here. This is just from the Manchester Evening News, where, like I said, the Jadon Sancho news is there as well. So just to read from this before we go into the striker situation, let's just talk about from the evening news in regards to Jadon Sancho, which right now seems to be the only player a deal is working out with right now. So Man United positive over shock Jadon Sancho swap deal as transfer terms agreed. Juventus are reportedly leading the race to sign Jadon Sancho from Manchester United as England international looks to secure an exit ahead of the new season. Manchester United have responded favorably to Juventus in transfer discussions, who have already reached an agreement with the Serie A club for reports. It seems that Sancho's move to Juventus is on the cards as United aim to offload several players that don't fit Amorim's style of play. Obviously, it goes on to talk about those players. There were other clubs involved. Napoli, I think, is the closest. So 3 players have been put forward: Tim Way, Douglas Luiz, and Dusan Lahovic as potentials to be in the swap deal. So right now we're trying to see what may happen with that deal. Man United did get $5 million for Sancho from Chelsea since they canceled the option to buy. Chelsea were willing to take him, but it was about salary, which sucks. But right now there's potential to there's a potential where the swap deal could become more could be there, where especially with the transfer fee of between 20 million and 25 million. So there's slow, like, again, this transfer window and trying to get everything done is like molasses. It's just so slow and trying to get things done. And I don't know what Ineos and this committee that they have are doing, but God, it's taken forever. But again, we're trying to get players sold because, again, we need players here. And I know Manchester United don't want to overpay for players, and so far they're doing a decent job. So right now we're just waiting to see what happens. And again, we're in the same spot we were last week from when I did my last episode. So, but again, if we can get that Mbeumo deal done as fast as we can, that helps us out. And if we can get a sale from a player, that helps us out too. So we have to see this through. So, but that's a good thing. The striker situation, Rasmus Højlund is now staying. There is talks at Man United, if they decide to sell him, they will. He would be okay going. But there has been offers of other strikers coming to United from what I saw earlier today. There's even talks of Ekitike potentially joining as well. So a new striker, this again, transfer updates. A new striker is in the next position United are reporting looking to address after Mbeumo. Having seen Delap go to Chelsea and Amorim's sporting forward Gyökeres on the way to Arsenal, United are now said to be looking at alternative number 9 targets. Obviously, with Frankfurt's Hugo Ekitike as being one of those options, that's according to the Mirror. Osimhen doesn't seem to be happening since he doesn't want to reduce his contract demands. Didi is looking to join, but two players have come recently. Calvert-Lewin and also Jamie Vardy are two players that have been mentioned in joining Manchester United. And here's the thing. Listen, I would take Vardy over Calvert any day because of the experience that he has, the way he scored. We've seen him score plenty of goals. And it's, you know, it's tough to see. Not only that, like I said, Calvert-Lewin, and also Callum Wilson as well have been an option too. So that's what we're hoping to see. The only problem is Jamie Vardy is 38 years old. The other two are 5 to almost 10 years age difference. But the problem is the experience that Vardy has, especially in the Prem and scoring and playing for Leicester, he has done an incredible job scoring goals. Let me just see what he did this season. I kind of want to just check to see how well he did, because I don't think he scored that many goals. But he definitely knows how to put it into the back of the net, considering Hoyland and Xerxes both need an experienced striker who has been in the Prem and knows how to find the back. And again, like when you're going on the transition, having him having someone there who will know where the ball needs to go, where you need to be to receive the ball, and where to be when they make a cross as well. That does help for them. And that's something that we struggled, something that you saw with Rasmus last year, especially with position and moves in transition. He definitely did struggle with that. I'm just pulling up. Nope, that didn't come up. All right, let's just try Jamie Vardy. Stats. 2024, 2025. Let's just take a look at what he did. So 9 goals, 4 assists, and 35 appearances for Vardy. Not his best, to say the least. If we're to look at his career, so yeah, let's go look at stats. Okay. So yes, times in the Premier League. Obviously, Leicester wasn't there the year before. Leicester's obviously going down. So he's 4 years away. Oh, he's 4 or 5 years from having, actually 5 to 6 years from having a 23 goal season, a 15 back-to-back 15 goal seasons, and then obviously the struggle with the struggles with injury, and obviously Leicester not being that good as well. But still, he's 4 years away. So at 34, he did put the ball in behind the net. Actually, that's 3 years ago. Yeah, so 3 years ago, he's removed from 15 goals. I know sometimes father time can be there, but the father time can be an experience there that what we need for strikers, especially with the 2 young ones that we have. So it's a matter of, can we get that type of player in? I would take him over the other listens there, but I know he's on a free. But if Man United were hurting this bad, then Jonathan David should have been on the list, as well as I believe Ashley Young should be on the list of signing with Manchester United. They should have been there. And that was a priority. If they were worrying about cash and they needed a striker, then they should have went for Jonathan David. I know I'm a Canadian and I'm going to promote that, but why not go for it? Especially when I know you're trying to go with there's Seska talks, Gyökeres, which has now fallen through, Oshiman, Delap I was going for, and Delap did okay at the Club World Cup. I believe he scored a couple goals. Now they have João Pedro playing for them that just signed from Brighton. He scored 2 today in the semifinal for Chelsea. 2 beautiful goals, by the way. But right now, the club needs to get themselves moving. We're again the 19th. We're 11 days away from that first match. We're just over a month away from the first match against Arsenal. And right now, they're predicting starting 11. And Diego Leon and Mateus Cunha are there. We all know that Leon was more signed in the middle of the season. Cunha is finally there as the number 10 jersey. So right now, they're working on trying to get things better. So right now, our starting 11 is going to probably be, and you don't know, it's probably going to be Cunha. Xerxes in the 9, Cunha and Ahmad at the 10s, Bruno and let's say Manuel Ugarte or Kobe Manu there. Dallo and Dorgu as your wing backs. Yoro, Mazraoui, if you're just tuning in, and Dalit, and then Onana as well. And Onana has just had a price tag attached to them because there's an article reported that I saw that United were willing to take the loss for Onana for what he's had. So it's hard to say. Sorry, I'm just looking at another article that came out where just taking a look here that he is looking to get the jersey number 19, which was last worn by Rafael Varane, who parted ways last year and who is now retired from football. But that's just something I just saw pop up. So hopefully he's trying to get the jersey number 19, which I don't see why that couldn't have been an issue. So right now there are some issues. Right now we need players to replace the 5 that we're trying to sell, the 5 that have been not sold, the 5 that have been told that they cannot participate or go on the tour until they find their new clubs. The additional other 2, which would be 7, would probably be Hoyland and Onana. We're still looking for a backup goalie. We need to start getting things going, and I don't know what may happen. There's the signs of Ollie Watkins potentially joining, depending on what the price tag is there. There's talks of 60 million for that. If anything, Watkins for Rashford, I'd take that. I would. It's just a matter of what's going to happen. Callum Wilson. Yeah, so I mentioned Callum Wilson, Vardy, and Lewin as potential players going. So let me just check Callum Wilson's stats. Callum Wilson, from what I see here, Newcastle. Let's just see his stats from this year. I know players don't want... Oh, lovely. Did not score a single goal this season. And he's on a free. Lovely. Though he's had some decent, his best season came 2022-2023 with 18 and 5. His stats look like similar to Callum. But again, he more looks like probably took a backup role, and looks like injuries. Let's just take a look here. And plus with the way Isak has taken over Newcastle, I don't blame him for wanting to leave and Newcastle to move on as well. So, and they're also looking at Moise Keane. That has a 52 million release clause, as well as because he's playing in Fiorentina. 19 goals and 32 appearances for Fiorentina. If there is an option for him, we'll find out, because Fiorentina and Manchester United play, I believe, first week in August. So we'll get to see what he's able to do as well. Again, I'm just catching up on transfer news and basically the same thing that I've just been repeating through the podcast, just trying to get a striker going, trying to get the Embuemo deal going. I feel like I'm butchering that. There is the Guerrero news that has come out. The Valencia midfielder is close to signing with Manchester United. I don't know how accurate that is. There are rumors of Richard Rios as well. So it's, I'm sure there's a million names linked to Manchester United, and only two of them are probably there. So it is what it is. So we're just going to sit here and wait. Are Manchester United screwed because of funds and waiting for players to be sold? Yes. And it's tough. It really is. But let's look at the positive. We're back. We're back at Carrington. Training is there. We're starting to build, slowly taking its time. The club is backing Amarim. You're seeing players there that look great to be back. Obviously, Bruno, Diego, Dalot haven't returned yet due to the funeral and taking the extra time off after the loss of national teammate Diego Jota. So they won't be back until that. But things are slowly moving as well. So again, it's the second day. One thing I'm shocked is that Ruben Amorim hasn't done 52 or 50 or 100 press conferences, even though he's been back since I think Sunday. So I'm shocked by that. I'm sure the whole world is shocked by that he hasn't done that many press conferences yet. Another positive about today is finding out that United canceled the deal with Amazon for the docu-series, which I'm thrilled about, and I'm sure all United fans are thrilled about. So happy to have that. So it's a slow pace, like I mentioned, molasses. It's just, I think that might be the title of it. It's either going to be United are screwed, or United transfer technique is slower than molasses. I think I like the slower than molasses technique. I'm not trying to say anything, but I'm just saying for how fast Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, other clubs are doing in getting the transfers done, we're still focusing on the one. Here we are. Let's go. Woo. Come on. We have stuff that needs to get done and taken care of. But unfortunately, that's not the case. It hasn't gone right for United. Losing out on Delap, he wanted Champions League, and Chelsea gave him the best opportunity. I was hoping for Jonathan David because, again, the free, but again, I know we'll still have to pay a certain fee probably for him, but at the same time too, we're not paying or trying to negotiate a $75 million or 80 pound or 80 euro deal to get a striker where we can get one for a fraction. I think going for Vardy may help. It's just the experience to help out the two players, and that's what they need. They need a veteran leadership. And guess what? Vardy has something that some of the players on that roster don't have, and that is a Premier League. Not on this Manchester United squad. So he knows what it takes to win. He knows what it takes to score. So we have to see this play out, and hopefully United can get something going with that. If they have to go for a 38-year-old striker to come in and teach them how to score, then that's what needs to be done. I'm just going to check his championship stats when he was there. Even before, if you look at his stats in between, when they went down to the championship, he scored 18 in between. Because I'm just taking a look here at his stats. So his goals again, so 21-22, he scored 15. 22-23, played less matches, only scored 3. Dropped down to the championship because they were relegated, scored 18. And then this past year, he scored 9 out of 35. I still feel like he has something to offer. And I think he has more to offer than the other two. He does. I feel like. So we'll see. What did he score? Did he score anything? Goals. He scored 1 goal in the FA Cup. He only started 1 match. So, listen, it's not my decision who they go for, but in the end, I think go for Vardy. I really do. I can talk about the 5 players, their attitudes again. 3 players that are going to be hard to move because of attitudes: Sancho, Rashford, and Garnacho. Right now, Sancho is being the easiest to move on from, and Antony is the only two. Antony is the second to move on. Tyrell Malacia is kind of tough. Yeah, it's right now they're trying to move 5 impossible players, and people are biting. Some people don't want to pay the evaluation, what we think on some of them. Some of them don't want to take salary cuts. Some of them might. So I know Antony's taken a 30% reduction to move on. I know Sancho is rumored to reduce his salary. So it's just a matter of, hey, are we able to get this done? So that's, that's where I'm going to leave it as today. I think there's not much more to say. It's the same situation as before, just more names now, more to discuss. As we're getting closer, especially with the Leeds match in 11 days, I'll definitely do a preview for that. I'll start doing my preview matches. I will start looking at doing top 10s. There's a lot of stuff I want to do. It's just a matter of getting myself organized and getting myself to it as well, and hopefully that the internet does not fail. That's what happened with me today. The internet kind of went down, and that's why it's 10 to 12 and I am recording a new episode of the podcast. I am still a little bummed. Like, I felt confident, and as much as I'm not saying this wasn't a good episode, I'm definitely saying that this morning felt better. Internet technology. Here we are. But yes, that's it for today's episode of the podcast. Don't forget to hit subscribe, whether you're following on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. Don't forget to give me some feedback, please. I always am looking to improve the pod. Give a comment, give something back, help me out here, help me trying to improve. Will I start showing my face on TikTok and all that, or will I start showing my face on recordings? We'll see. Am I going to start doing joint ventures? It's tough. I'm just, again, I started this back in March. This is my 27th episode. I'm just slowly getting there. Especially with this being the first transfer window. It's intriguing to see, because again, we're here. But it's just a matter of just developing and getting better myself, and just expanding more of my knowledge, especially with the world of football or soccer, depending on where you are listening to this podcast. But yes, don't forget to hit subscribe on Apple, YouTube, or Spotify, and follow on social media as well, Instagram, X, and on TikTok as well. Before we go, I do want to express my condolences to the family of Diego Jota and Andre Silva. Tragic incident that happened last week, which resulted in both of them losing their lives. Brothers. It was very sad in the world of football, losing both of them as well. Uh, my condolences to the family, to the teammates of the players, to spouses as well. Diego Jota was just married 2 weeks before the world lost him. So again, my condolences to the family for losing two very important people in their lives. Condolences to the teammates to losing a friend, a brother, from their life as well. So again, my condolences to the families on their loss, and to the family and to the friends and teammates for Diego Jota and Andre Silva. Again, it was hard to believe and read Friday morning, reading that and hearing that as well. I remember reading it in that morning. Yeah, it was hard to believe that's the first thing you read when you came onto X, and hearing that losing Diego Jota. My apologies. It wasn't Friday morning that I woke up and saw the news. It was Thursday morning, my time. So I do apologize for that error on my end as well. But yes, again, my condolences to the family and teammates of losing those two. To those two. So again, back to finishing off the pod. Again, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Again, hope you enjoyed today's episode of the podcast. Again, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, leave a comment as well. I will be back later on this week with a new episode to discuss more. Hopefully we have a signing. Let's hope we have that happening as well. So again, have yourself a good morning, a good night. Have yourself a good week as well. This is the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast. Glory, glory, Man United.